Bo, we're going to get started here in just a few minutes, but I want to give a chance for everybody to start logging on.
Gathering in.
And yeah, it takes a little while for people to see our stream and so forth.
Well, welcome,
And
everyone.
yeah, this is Real Talk with Shelbyville Now. And Bo and I are going to do some Real Talk today and give a tariff update. I think it was Monday we came on here, Bo,
Monday.
and
I
we were
think it
talking
was.
about it.
Week goes by
and we
quick.
said when we get a little understanding of where we are, that we would start talking about it more frequently. And there's been a couple things happen over the last 2 or 3 days. One thing on the tariffs, Trump is back down on China. He basically said that those tariffs are going to be substantially less than what they are currently.
Right.
So he's already backing off of that a little bit because he knows we need Chinese goods.
Yeah, he played the hand strong. You know, he's getting to understand where the cards are, and he's capitulating, if you might want to say.
Well, that the word capitulate is what I had wrote down here.
Okay.
He has capitulated a little bit, but he needed to capitulate a little bit.
And that
yes. Disclaimer. Okay.
Yeah, let's disclaim something.
Last week, somebody posted in the comments that what we were talking about was liberal BS, is what they called it.
Liberal BS.
All right, I got news for you. I'm probably the most conservative person in Bedford County.
Probably so, and I might stand right beside you there. Guys, don't get lost in Trump. You know, don't get blind by Trump. I mean, yes, we stand by what Trump does, but you know, if there are principles that don't align with conservative values, it's not against the person, you know, Trump. It's against his idea on this, right? I mean,
well, there was a poll that came out today. It was talking about everybody was giving him high ratings on the border situation.
Yes,
on the price of oil and some of those costs coming down. There were several things that he was happy, that people were happy about, gave him thumbs up.
Yeah.
Well, they've given him thumbs down on the tariffs because it has created so much uncertainty.
That's right. And that's what caused this capitulation, I think, is because he's starting to understand this, but he's still there now. He's still strong. He didn't just, bow out.
No, he is set up to negotiate.
That's right.
All right, he negotiated with India earlier this week.
Mm-hmm.
That's still up in the air.
Big player.
Honestly, it's second in line to China.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
You get that one knocked out.
Right.
China's got to take note of it, and you start looking at some other Eastern Asia countries that they're talking to here and there. Right now, they're talking to Norway about a deal. We don't buy anything from Norway to speak of. Maybe some,
I'm sure something,
sheep wool or something like that, where they raise sheep. I don't know.
The sheep market's high.
But the fact is, there's another country. They're probably going to nail that down in a day. Some of these, I keep hearing it could take years to get these trade deals done. We don't have years for our economy to remain steady. With this fluctuation,
not with the numbers they're throwing out.
Oh yeah. It's like crazy.
Well, has this hit you? I mean, have you seen anything this week?
I was talking on the last video about some products we got in.
Yeah.
Well, we deal with a major supplier in the United States to buy products like this. This is a swivel snap that we use on some of the products that we manufacture here, and I've been waiting for these prices since the tariffs to start escalating because of the tariff. So what we did today, just about 2 hours ago, we ordered some of these from our supplier.
Okay. And
when we went online to order it, the price of this product went from $1.77, which was last month's price, to today's price of $2.94.
Wow.
All right. So that's a 66% increase. Manufactured in China, was on the water when the tariffs went into effect, got to port. The company had to pay, I don't know what the percentage is. We can't figure out the percentage. It's not the 140%, and it's not the 10%.
Wow, so we don't know. We get all this uncertainty, and then we get...
It's a roulette game when you go to start to pay your tariffs on China at the moment, because you don't know. This is not electronic.
No.
It's a hard product, which is supposed to be 140%, but it wasn't 140%. Now, the funny thing is, these come in a lot of sizes. This is the most popular size, so this is the first shipment they've got in was this size. The other sizes right next to this size in the spectrum are still at $1.77
because they've got
the stock from the old pricing.
I see.
When they get in,
the ones
I don't know what they're going to be.
Oh, there's no telling.
There might not be any on the water. It might be another year before they get them. and who knows what the price is
Or
going to be.
maybe they can settle all this.
Okay,
before
we
they get
use
here.
this to manufacture things with here in the States, right here
Right.
in our shop.
This is a part of a.
This is part you can lose. It's sewn on and it's used for several different products.
Right.
So automatically, that's going to increase.
So it's impacted you this week. This week you are feeling it
two times. Okay, we went on to their website and just looked at other stuff that we don't need. Anywhere from 30 to 80% stuff is just going up randomly, just like this one did. So it's going to start hitting the shelves now. Yeah. This has hit a manufacturer's table. Now these things are hitting Walmart, Target, Lowe's, all these big companies that basically are a warehouse for China.
And the next hit is the consumer when it's attached to whatever part. The consumer is going to pay that
and the consumer is going to pay at places like Target, Walmart, the big box stores faster because they're finished products on the shelf. This is a raw material. Right. If it was a finished product and we hung it on the shelf today, it would be the new price. But this has got to go through a manufacturing process. Now, as we sell these on a retail basis, they're up and they're outrageous. I mean, they're really for what that is. And this is not made in the United States. You cannot find this product anywhere in the United States, Bo.
Right.
Nowhere.
Right. And so that's real. That's exactly what's happening. So a price is going up that we know of. So that is just what's going on. It's not against anyone, any type of Republican, Democrat.
This is not about politics.
There you go.
This is about economics.
That's exactly the point I want to drive home.
Okay. All right. So this is for real. It's hitting home, and we have uncertainty. And the market's been up for 3 days in a row. And the minute that China does something or Trump posts something on social, on Truth Social, this price could go up even more, and the stock market could crash. I mean, it's just crazy.
It's just a liquid that's just volatile.
It's like a roller coaster, a dadgum roller coaster.
Well, I hope that it eases up sometime soon. I mean, do you see
I wonder
anything?
what people are thinking out there. That's my question. What are people out there thinking? Have you talked to anybody? Does anybody understand that the tariff is going to be coming out of their pocket?
Well, they're hearing it. I don't know if they're not feeling it yet. And like others, and maybe myself, I don't necessarily know it until it affects me. I'm seeing it from you though, firsthand right here. I'm seeing that it's real on a firsthand level. But no, I'm not from a general perspective. I'm not hearing really anything much from it. We'd love to hear from any of you out there that are seeing any type of price increase on any type of goods. We know this is happening. It's happening right here in Bedford County and Shelbyville at this moment. So, but I don't feel that just the regular citizen is being hit with that.
I did hear from somebody today that, like the iPhones, was it Sony that does iPhones? Who does it? Apple. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Apple.
Yeah.
I heard that Sony and Apple actually flew and did some air freight back before the tariffs hit to get inventory in-house before the tariffs went into effect, what they had. So those prices are going to be delayed a little bit because they got that excess inventory in before the tariff. So that's going to buy them a little time on those. So the iPhones
not a bad move.
Are protected right now.
Yeah.
And you're probably going to see after those wear out, they're just not going to be available.
But I'm just hoping that maybe this will be over by then. There is a chance that this could be rectified by that date, right?
If Trump comes out and says baseline tariff 10% everywhere, now we're going to start going. If he would just back off on the Chinese and say, okay, we're going to pause yours and we're going to work out a deal, because it could take years.
Right.
A 10% tariff is still going to hit us on the shelves.
Yeah.
Because there hadn't been one. All right, 2.8% is what we've been paying. And now you're going to talk about it'll be 12.8%.
Right.
All right, so that's just a fact. It's a fact of life. So
that's where we're at. Here. I mean, you said, I think this week or earlier last week, May the 1st. May the 1st is getting quick. It's the 24th today. So
I think the week of May 1st, we're going to start seeing you probably already start to see a few little things.
Yeah.
But you're really going to start seeing random items either not on the shelf or going up.
Yeah. So if you see anything that's gone up that you regularly buy, please share. Let us know. We'd like to know that.
Yeah, I just put it on our Facebook and respond to these videos. Again, Bo, I've been watching this Scott Bessent. Mm-hmm. He is our Treasury Secretary that is kind of leading the charge with Trump on our tariff situation. And come to find out, in 2015, he resigned from working for George Soros.
Yeah, good old George Soros. You know, he's
The most
94
liberal-
years old today,
the-
or it's pretty soon. I
Yeah.
just saw that.
All right. So the most liberal human being on the planet that has been undermining everything that Trump stands for. Now, Scott Bessent, however you pronounce his name, is working in the administration, leading the charge on tariffs.
Yeah, and so they say, well, he hasn't. That was 2015. Well, look,
He donated a lot of money to
birds
Trump.
of a feather flock together sometime. And yes, I'm not so sure if I like a lot of things just to say about this individual. And I believe that maybe Trump could get a better player maybe in that position. What do you say?
I don't know, but there's something going on right there.
I don't like that connection.
I've got my eyes on him close.
Yeah, you don't want
just
this
hearing him
Soros.
talk. He kind of gives me the willies, man.
Yeah.
He ain't all right.
No,
he
not.
ain't all right.
He's not.
So,
I'm hoping to see maybe something different play out in that.
Okay. One other thing I want to talk about before we get out here today, Bo, is Kristi Noem came out first of the week, over the weekend. Everybody get their real ID.
Real ID.
All right. So
tell us about the real ID.
The real ID was spawned out of the Patriot Act back in George Bush Jr.'s
04,
05 range. W came out with that. And of course, it was a recommendation from the State Department, and I'm sure everybody got together because we got to stop terrorism.
Yeah, it was right after 9/11.
But now, if you want to travel, you got to have a real ID.
So you've got to have that real ID. You've got to have that star to travel.
All right, I ain't getting it.
Well, look, I feel like that's a little bit of an infringement. I don't want to. I've heard these stories of people standing in line for hours to get this star. I mean,
so what does this star actually mean, and what does it actually do? That's a question. How does that star make any difference from my normal driver's license that I've got? I've got a passport. I've got a driver's license. What do they think? What do they think a red dot or a red star is going to be? All right, this actually came from our European buddies that want to control the world over there. This group that we all know that the globalists are like, they look like they're backing off right now, but they're smiling right now when we're getting this real ID because it's a way to track.
Yes, it is. Look, you can fly. I mean, are they telling us we can't fly unless we have that star?
Exactly.
That is seems like an infringement of freedom on a minute.
What if you're a pilot?
And you refuse to get your star? Well, I guess you're not going to be able to fly.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
I'm not. I mean, I'm all about security, ID. Fair voting, fair. Everyone should have their ID.
Here's my question: for those that had to get a driver's license, I know you got to have a birth certificate. You got to have all kinds of stuff to get a driver's license in the state of Tennessee.
Yes.
Are driver's licenses just watered down so much across the country that they're meaningless now?
I think that there's just no value in. I think maybe there's been such a fraud of a fake. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I know a lot of people just get the IDs, but there's something to it. I mean, I get the security measures, but man, this is a little bit. It seems a little bit uncomfortable. It seems a little bit of on the infringement side.
All right, to get the red star,
I'm not special because I don't have the star, so I feel like I'm in another class.
So here's my question: if you got to have a birth certificate or a passport to get the red star on your driver's license, and you can't fly if you don't have it, why not just like, all right, I've got my passport here?
Yeah. No, I guess it's another hoop to jump through. I don't know. Maybe they're looking for another job. Maybe Doge needs to get on the red star thing and see if we can get a. I mean, I don't have it, and I guess that
I'm not getting it
unless they put it on there for me. I mean, I don't.
I'm legal, but I ain't getting that. I'm sorry.
I just think that there's a lot. I think that they need to keep strong on the ID laws to make sure for any type of illegal immigrant, for any type of juveniles that may want to make fake IDs, but I don't think that there should be much more of a requirement than having.
Do they not think
ID.
They can make a red star fake?
Oh well, I'm sure they can.
It's just like I don't.
It's probably the easiest thing you can make fake.
Know.
I haven't gotten it, so I don't know, but I have heard a lot of people that these DMVs have been packed full of people, and I mean they'll give you a wait time, and you come back in like 3 hours and stuff. So apparently it's something that everybody's buying into. I didn't. I got the memo late, I guess, or if I got it, I just didn't think. I'm not participating.
They
so.
put it off and put it off and put it off since 2005. Here it is, 2025, 20 years later. Really?
Yeah. Well,
and they're going to just like
finally,
go through with this.
You think W is finally like?
But what bothers me is conservatives are pushing it right now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they are, and I think
it's about voters. Is what I'm thinking. They think it's about that.
Yeah,
that ain't why this was put up.
I think that there's that what you mentioned earlier is that world group. What are they called? That was the one that I think we might need to watch for.
Belinda Craig, you can fly with a passport even without the new ID.
Okay,
that's what I thought, but I'm not getting a red star put on mine because. I've already got a legitimate driver's license.
Star? Are you anti-red star?
I don't know what I am.
I don't feel. Hey, I'm with you. I don't feel like the red star.
Honestly, though, this is just a step toward globalist.
Yeah, is this the chip? Is this a step before you insert the chip?
I don't know. I'm not getting that either.
I'm not getting the chip either.
I'm afraid we already got chips.
I'm not saying that the red star, the chip. I mean, I get that I think a lot of people are just doing this, because they've. Been told to, or they've gotten a notice to.
The sheep will follow.
But I think that you can still fly. Yeah, like Belinda said.
Belinda says that if you have a passport, you do not have to get a star on your driver's license. I just wish they were that hard on people trying to vote. Thank you. That's what.
Very good point.
Here's the thing: we can have these things, but who's going to make them show them when they go? I mean, it doesn't matter.
No,
it's up to the states.
And it seems like the Democrats are really pushing for this too. But then if it was related to a voter issue,
we
can't have that.
No.
So I don't know.
And then crossing the border. I
don't get the dual mindset there. It's just
they're just never mind. All right. Just to kind of review.
Okay.
The tariffs are real, Bo.
They're real.
I just told you about this product that went up 66% overnight.
They're here. They're in the hometown.
It's gonna happen on the shelves. I'm going to say the week of May 1st. That's next week. You're going to start to see random items on the shelves at Walmart, on the shelf of the big box stores, and even probably smaller businesses. They either won't be there or they're going to be exponentially higher because of China.
That's not good news, but that's real news.
That's where we're at.
That's real talk.
That's what's happening. And we'll be back again to update.
Yeah.
Might even be up here over the weekend. Who knows? If something else happens tomorrow, we'll be back up here.
If real talk is needed, it will be. Yeah, it will be served.
But thanks for watching, guys. Share our video, like our video, and just know that we're here to try to let people know what's really going on behind the scenes. Have a good day.